Good to have you back with me again today. Just out doing a day hike. It's a nice day, it's a beautiful day. You see the sun on my face. Haven't seen that in quite a while. We've had a lot of rain. A lot of rain. But anyway, it's a beautiful day the Lord has given us, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. We got our day pack with us. We'll show that to you guys. We plan on making some coffee while we're out. I still got the coffee, the instant coffee from the MRE, so I'm going to give it a try. Just out in the hills today, enjoying ourselves, guys. We just got here, going up a slight incline here. You might hear me breathing a little hard, but that's all right. I'm gonna get up on this flat and take this road around. Check this out. It's an old tree stand. It's been there for years. I can remember when it still had the steps going up to it. Been there for a long time. I've been coming here for quite a while, guys. Got a nice little stream here. This used to be, right here, used to be able to cross. It wasn't eroded away like it is now. But I'm gonna have to go up a little ways and come around and go around. Looks like the deer trail may go up this way. There's a lot of tree fall out through here. Had to cross a few. Looks like that big pine finally died. Like I said, guys, I've been coming here to this spot for a long time. This is the first time I've been in a few years, but I enjoy coming up here. I really do. We're gonna cross this stream here. All right, now we're up on this flat here. The road you saw me guys walking around leads to this. It actually drops down to this, but this is a really pretty area here, guys, with all these pines, and they stretch on around the road there. But this has always been a rub line for the bucks in this area, and I'll give you an example of that. You see this tree here, this pine, it's been rubbed quite hard this year, or last season. It's now January. But look underneath it here. See this fresh stuff on the ground here from the pine? That means probably at the end of the rut, this buck or these bucks have came through here rubbing this tree, trying to get the horns off. But this is a beautiful place here, guys. If you go over here to the edge, it drops down. And these pines go on down the hill here. This is the other side of the tree. Look here, what a gouge that this deer has put in this tree. It goes all the way up to there. Nice rub. Alright, I thought while I was out today, guys, I'd do a little tarp setup demonstration. Get my backpack off. I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is a tarp that I picked up at Harbor Freight. It's 5x7. It's a 5x7. It's just a regular tarp, light duty. I got this for free. You know, I shop a lot at Harbor Freight, and they have a lot of free items that they give away with any purchase. So This is what I chose the last time I was there. I thought I'd do a little demonstration on this. This cost, if you had to buy this, it's just $3, I think. It's $2.99. But you could use this to camp under if you had to, or if you just wanted to, you know, carry something light. If you wanted to camp, that's an option. So let's get to it, guys. Okay, guys, what you see me doing here is just unrolling a roll of 550 paracord that I always carry with me in my pack. And we're going to be using this to attach this tarp to this small tree here. Doesn't take a whole lot. That's quite a large roll that I carry, but instead of cutting it, I thought I would just leave it attached and tie it off. That way I'm not wasting any of my paracord. So as you see me unfolding this tarp, the exact diameter, which I already showed you guys, is 5 by 7. Therefore, this tarp is not going to make a perfect triangle because one side is 2 foot shorter than the other. So it still makes an effective shelter, as you will see. So right here, just using one of the grommets that comes already installed on the tarp, you just run your paracord through that grommet. Wrap it around the tree as much as needed. And all I done here, guys, was tied an overhand knot, just a regular knot. I just tied one, cinched it down, and then I tied another one and cinched it to that. And from there, all you do is go. What I done was started at the grommet that's directly parallel to that one, straight across from it on the other end. And you just take it, grab the tarp, pull it out to the desired length, which I pulled mine as tight as I could. And then you might have saw me, but all I used to stake this with was pieces of the pine that was laid on the ground. And I essentially made a tent stake out of it, angling the end of the stake toward the front of the shelter so that it wouldn't be able to pull it out with the wind. And so you just go to all corners, all 4 corners, which one is already tied to the tree. Stake them out as far as you can to give you as much room, the maximum amount of room, I should say, in your shelter. So you're starting to get an idea of what this shelter looks like. It's very simple, guys. You saw it took minimal effort to do this, and it takes 2 minutes at the most. And in a situation where it was pouring down rain, this would be very effective to get you out of the rain in a hurry. See, guys, this is big enough to, I can sit up a little under it, but I could definitely sleep under here with my feet on the other end and my head up here without a problem. You know, it's a quick setup, it's easy, and it will shed the rain. It has to. I mean, there's no other way by the design. And all it took was one little piece of paracord to tie it to this tree. And the rest was made out of stakes from the pine around me, or whatever woods you have in your area that's around you. But while I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and fix that coffee, guys. Give it a try, see what it's like. Let me set me up a little fire, and we'll get some water boiling. Right here, guys, all you see me doing is gathering up some of these small limbs off of these dead pine trees that have fallen. Also here, I'm getting the dead limbs off of the lower part of the pine tree because they always die once the pine tree gets so tall. The lower limbs that are within reach are usually dead. And even though we'd had so much rainfall in the past, where these were off the ground, they were dry enough to build a fire. So keep that in mind when you're out in the woods. And also, if it's dead standing and it's standing straight up and not laying on the ground, that can also be a good fire source as well. Just keep that in mind, guys. Just preparing a place for my fire. I didn't really need a big fire because I'm not using this for warmth. I'm just using it to heat up this water that I have so that I can enjoy the MRE coffee that I brought with me. And all I'm doing here is taking the bigger twigs that I broke, or limbs, and making a fire lay to keep my actual fire up off of this damp ground, because guys, this ground was highly saturated, and it still is. And now I'm just breaking up this, processing down these limbs smaller, because trust me, preparation and building your fire in the woods is key, because you don't want to have to spend a bunch of time over and over trying to get a fire going. I already had some larger little small limbs broken up. You always start with the smallest, go up to the largest, and again, clear all the leaves away from your fire as much as possible, guys. And right here I'm just adding a few more of the larger limbs to the fire lay. And this here that you see me putting in the ground, or will be putting in the ground, right at this point I'm just sharpening the end so it will be a lot easier to press into the ground. But this is going to make a hanging place for my cup so I can hang it over the fire. All I done was just found a piece of birch limb laying on the ground in the desired shape that I wanted, and I'm just sticking the end of it in the ground. And also I have a Y stick here that was from a piece of the pine, and I'm just going to use it to support the overhanging stick so that it will hold up or support the weight of the water in my cup, and also keep it over the fire without spilling water all over the fire and essentially putting out the fire. Very simple, easy to make, and with this Y you can adjust your height. You can also swing this out of the way like a pendulum, guys. I mean, it's very versatile, easy to make, and very effective. So now we're almost ready to start our fire, to get it going. The blue bottle there is my water bottle that I brought from home, and I just had some purified water in it. I didn't collect this water in the woods today. I just brought me some purified water from the house. And here, this is my cooking set that I keep in this red bag, and the pieces that I have there are just my Stanley cup, which will be on your left, and my little stainless cup is the one sitting next to me, and the hanger I just placed on the hanging stick. And now with my Gerber knife, guys, I'm just cutting out a notch so that it doesn't slide, so that the hanger doesn't slide on the stick. Just making it more effective and keeping it in place where it needs to be. Very simple setup, but very effective. Now I'm just putting the hanger on the cup through the holes that I showed you guys on my modification, where me and my friend Dave drilled them out, which was one of the best things I've done so far in my camping experience, was to make that where I can hang it. I also want to do that to my Stanley cup as well. Now it's time to get the fire started, guys. This is my basic fire kit that I always carry in my pack when I go camping or day hiking, whatever. And all it does is holds my tinder, it holds my ferro rod, and I've also got a lighter in there and some matches. And at this point you see me placing some dryer lint down on top of the fire lay. And also, to add a longer burning period, I added a piece of birch bark as well. And now I'm just getting the ferro rod. Just a couple strikes is all it takes, and that dryer lint will take a flame very easily. Now I'm lighting the birch just to get it going. And then you always start with your smaller limbs first, guys, holding them effectively off the fire so that oxygen can get underneath and pass through those limbs, therefore igniting them faster. And as that begins to burn, you just add your larger tinder as well, and from then on you just feed the fire until you get it to the desired size that you want it to be. Okay guys, got a successful fire start here. Thank God for that. It's always good when you can get your fire going on the first try. I don't think I'm gonna need a whole lot of water. I brought this water with me today, guys, from the house. The cup holds about 24 ounces or so. This is my little Stanley cooker, and here's the lid for my cup. And inside I've got a Stanley. This came with my Stanley set. It's just a little insulated plastic cup. That's what I'm hoping to put my coffee in. I'm hoping it tastes good, guys. I mean, I don't know what it's gonna taste like, but we'll find out, won't we? Lord willing. The fire feels good. It's about, when I started it was 50 degrees, and this hollow where I'm at, there's a good breeze blowing from this direction. You know, I should have assessed that when I set up this tarp. If I was going to stay here, I would have set it on this other side, because you can see the wind is blowing directly into that tarp, and you don't want to do that if you're going to be camping in it, for sure, because that's going to make for a miserable night. But yeah, I got this coffee here from the MRE that we had on our one overnight stay. I've got the creamer as well, and I will be using it because I don't like black coffee too much, guys. There it is. And I got some, well, that's salt. I thought I had sugar in here. I guess there isn't any sugar. Surely don't need any salt. But I got this coffee and creamer, and I've got a granola bar in my bag, my backpack, that I'm gonna eat as well. I hope this coffee's good. There's no worries of any kind of fire starting like in these leaves, guys. This ground is saturated. That's why I put a fire lay down, so this could burn on top of it, because of the moisture in the ground. It's already getting hot. I know it wouldn't take much. Got a rolling boil there, guys. So that's plenty hot enough. And that didn't take hardly any time at all to get it to that point. And I'll show you what the coffee looks like. It's just instant dry. And we're gonna give it a shot here. Alright. Set it here. These handles are hot. Hot, hot, hot. So I'm just going to use a leaf here as a pot holder. I've got a piece of leather, I think, that I carry for this. We'll just add some of this water here, guys. Not all of it, of course. That should be good. And we'll set this to the side because we don't need that to heat anymore. And we'll just let that fire burn down. But I'm going to go ahead and add the creamer to this, because I am a creamer guy. Don't like black coffee at all. This spoon here, guys, is one that I made. I whittled it and burnt out the bowl just like I'm doing that bowl that I'm making. I just burnt the bowl out on this spoon here as well. I got my other one with me, but I just wanted to use this one today. And I treated it with some mineral oil so to seal the wood. Alright, we'll give it a try. Now, one thing for sure, it's really, really hot. Really hot. So we're going to have to let that cool just a bit. I have to let that cool just a bit. I got that water to a boil and I didn't really need to. I'm gonna go ahead and spread this fire out, guys, to let it burn out, and then I'll pour some water on it before I leave. I'll probably have to go get me some from down in that stream that I crossed just a little ways back to pour onto this. I mean, I don't see a threat of a forest fire, but we always want to be on the safe side, guys. You see, I cleared the ground out here before I even done this, even though there's no chance that these leaves are going to catch on fire. And what I'm going to do is poke some holes down in this ground. I'm going to poke a few holes in the ground here, guys, just for the water to seep into, just in case that ground got hot underneath there. I'll start by pouring the rest of this on it, this hot water on it, just to get rid of it. Now I'll have to go get some more from that stream. Please like and subscribe and have a blessed day in Jesus' name.